Toya, I'm sorry. Just go, don't peek. It's your dad. That's it. I deserve this. I'm sorry for breaking for you, me. I'm sorry for making you hold on. I'm sorry I neglected you. I'm sorry for everything.
But you're giving me flashbacks to that terrible day.
Is one of the
Wounded
most
heroes really are the most
controversial
frightening
stories
animals.
in the anime community. For a lot of people, he's one of the most unredeemable characters in anime. And I've always found that interesting, because characters like Dark Lady or even Umber Iroh, who have objectively done greater evil, still became beloved and redeemed in the eyes of the audience. But Endeavor's redemption arc, I would say, is one of the best in anime history, because it shows what redemption actually is. And today we'll break down how. My name is Blessed Visions, and I make anime breakdowns and essays that make you think, feel, and help you grow. And this is Endeavor was never meant to be forgiven. Here's why that matters. Endeavor's redemption arc works because it's one of the most purest forms of redemption. Choosing to be better than acting better, while expecting no forgiveness and no recognition at the end. Too many stories take the easy route. A bad person does one final righteous act, usually some big sacrifice, and then suddenly that single moment makes up for years of damage. I reject that, because that's the easy way out. Redemption doesn't come from one act. It comes from consistent action over a sustained period of time. Living with guilt is harder than dying with peace. And here's the uncomfortable part. Wanting to be forgiven is selfish. Not because forgiveness is bad, but because forgiveness often becomes something the transgressor chases to feel clean again, to feel allowed to move on. That's why Endeavor is different. He doesn't center himself. He doesn't chase comfort. He doesn't act with convictions attached. He simply makes the choice to start doing better because that's the person he wants to be, even if no one ever rewards him for it. Because to be truly redeemed, you can't make being forgiven the destination. You have to be willing to act and live with the uncertainty that forgiveness may never come. Look towards accountability, not forgiveness. Endeavor doesn't ask to be forgiven. He doesn't explain himself. He didn't demand understanding. And that's deliberate. Because the moment you seek forgiveness, you're still trying to control the outcome. Forgiveness makes you feel lighter. Accountability makes you act differently. This arc rejects the idea that change needs validation. If you only improve so people will see you differently, you haven't changed yet. You're still negotiating. Real accountability starts when you accept that the damage stays, even if you don't. Accountability is a condition of being responsible. Justify your actions and own the consequences. It's doing the work because of internal reflection, not external pressure, not image, not reputation, not applause. A man with real integrity takes accountability for both sides of his life. On one side, your achievements. You can take pride in earning them. On the other, your failures. You don't get to outsource the blame. That's Endeavor. He was a great hero, the closest thing to Prime All Might. and the one who took the mantle as a new number one. And he was also an abuser. They carried both identities, and the good could never fill the hole created by the bad. Not for the people who mattered, and not inside himself. That's why simply compensating would never be enough. Saving thousands of strangers to undo what you did to your own family. It's not direct, it's not personal, it doesn't face the heart. Accountability is standing in front of people you've wronged, eye to eye, and owning it again and again, even if it changes nothing. Instead of saying to 1,000 people, can you say, I'm sorry, 1,000 times, and still accept the hatred and the scorn with zero expectation will ever turn into forgiveness? That's what it means to seek redemption. This is what accountability looks like when there's nothing in it for you. And never accepts something most people cannot. Effort doesn't guarantee relief. Change doesn't entitle you to peace. And responsibility doesn't come with applause. There's no emotional payoff here. No moment where everything balances out. And that's the point. Redemption arcs usually end with forgiveness. This one doesn't end. It continues. You choose better, even when it doesn't fix the past, even when it doesn't heal relationships, even when no one thanks you for it. Endeavor's arc is the greatest kind of redemption because it's about doing the work with no expectation the outcomes change. When you compare it to another top tier redemption arc like Zuko, it stands toe to toe, and in some ways, it surpasses it. Zuko had ups and downs. He improved, backslid, then found his way. Endeavor, however, doesn't backslide. He realized what he did and never looked back. From there, every action became deliberate, trying to be a better hero, a better man, and a better husband and father. He doesn't get one neat moment where he makes it right. He doesn't get rewarded with comfort. He doesn't get restored honor. Instead, he lost his number one title, he lost an arm, and he carries scars that don't heal, and his family still doesn't accept him. Yet, he still dedicates the rest of his life to doing better. That's redemption. Endeavor's arc isn't saying, look how much I've changed. It's saying, look how he keeps going, even when change doesn't make him feel better. And this is the real lesson. You don't get to decide when your effort is enough. You don't get to rush healing because you're tired of carrying guilt. Accountability means staying consistent, even when the consequences remain. Not because it fixes everything, but because passing the pain forward will make you the same person again. Redemption isn't becoming comfortable. It's learning to live with discomfort and choosing to continue. Endeavor's story shows something most stories avoid. Some wrongs don't get fixed. Some relationships don't heal. Some apologies never land. That's the reality of life. And yet responsibility still exists. If you only change but forgiveness is offered, you're still asking for something. If if you change anyway, your family accountable. That's why Endeavor was never meant to be forgiven, and that's why it matters. The best written character in My Hero Academia. Thank you for watching. This has been Blessed Vision. Do you think Endeavor deserved redemption in the end? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading everyone. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, stay blessed.
大丈夫だよ。俺は自分でなりたいようになれる。